Right, good morning everybody. We're starting our last section in chapter 9. We have again inequalities. We are revisiting them. At this time you're used to seeing one variable. We will have two of them, x and y together both. We won't be solving them, but we will be sketching them, graphing them, and a lot of coloring today. Okay? And this is a little bit tough. I mean, not tough, but it's one of the type of questions you miss a lot of spots, rush, and make mistakes. So watch out closely and make your steps precise and slowly and get the right answer, okay? So we are going to follow these recommendations in the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3. In graphing linear inequalities, again, we have an inequality symbol. That's why we call it inequality. But this time you have not only one variable x or y, we have both of them together in the same inequality. Again, in early chapters we have inequalities, but everywhere we had only one variable, one and nothing else, just one variable all the time. Okay, now we have two. We cannot solve them because you cannot solve if you have more variables, but we can at least graph them. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. We are going to graph what x and y values satisfy to be less than 6 once you multiply x by 5, y by -2, and then add them together. When do they become 6? There are so many solutions, so many couples satisfying this inequality, correct? And to represent them, we need to do some coloring. Okay, step 1. We need to first write the inequality y as y completely isolated. You must see y on the left. I prefer the left side. I prefer y on the left side, but completely alone. So mark everybody beside y and get rid of them. I see 5x and I see -2. Both terms must go, and this guy must stay, and then go. Okay, now however you have two guys to go. Which one are you going to attack first, 5x or -2?
5x.
The one far away from the y or added, subtracted is first. How about -2? Why don't we touch it? Because it's multiplying y. It's glued to y. It's in the close proximity. So we touch it later. We handle that later. First, the far guy, 5x. So how do I move 5x to the other side? Subtract them. So, I mean, we can speed up if you like. There is a fast version of doing things. If you want to flip one term to the other side, you only flip the number in front of the coefficient. Like this is 5x, right? When it travels to the other side, it becomes -5x. So you just flip the sign. But we've been doing it with this like that, -5x from both sides. So if you still prefer this way, it's okay. These two cancel. And you still have 6 minus 5x there. Because these two don't add up. They are not like terms. So you just put them side by side. 6 and -5x. Well, what is next? Okay, one technicality though. We like variables first, then numbers. So this is correct, 100% right. I just want to flip their locations because we like variables first and numbers next. So I'm going to put 6 to the end, 5x to the front. Is it okay? So can I rewrite this as -2y less -5x first and 6? Well, what do I put in between that? We always need a connector. We put, this is a +6, so we put plus between them, +6. Okay? Next, our second guy must go. And what's the operation we're going to do on both sides? What operation do we do? Say it loud. Divide, yes. We divide both sides by minus, not 2y. We want y state, so only minus 2. Minus 2. Alright, I have 2 mistakes here. Let's see who's gonna catch. These 2 cancel to 5 over 2 x, and I just bring this down 6. Alright, let's listen from you first. What's the mistake? Yeah, if you're dividing both sides with a number, you not only divide the very first term on the right by 2, but also the second guy as well. You need to divide all terms. No matter how many, you need to divide each of them by 2. So this is not going to be 6. So it's not 2 though. It's minus 2 we are dividing, right? So what is positive over negative? It's negative. 6 over 2 is 3. We fixed one mistake. What is the other? We need to flip the sign. Perfect. When you divide both sides with a negative, we need to flip the sign. Perfect. Now we are on track. What was step 1 again? We need to write the inequality with y variable isolated, alone. Do you see y alone? Step 1 is over. Step 1 over. We can go for step 2. Okay, what is step 2? We are going to graph the related equation. What the heck this means? Graph the related equation. It says equation. It is not inequality. Look, you see the word equation, not inequality. Related equation means you turn this inequality into equal sign and then graph it. This is a straight line graphing question. Straight line graphing. We've done this, you've done this in high school or in Math 1050 before this. Right? How do we graph straight lines? What do I need? This is a now line equation. It's not inequality anymore, it's an equation. And to graph lines, what's the most primitive way? There are several ways. Line is an arrow, straight arrow, but what do I need to make that arrow? Yeah. You can go with slope, intercept, you can go with something else, but the most primitive solid way is just obtain 2 points on this line, connect those points and extend that line. That's it. 2 points is enough. All I need is 2 points. But how can I get 2 points from this equation? How do you get 2 points? When I say 2 points, each point has 2 coordinates, x and y, so you need to get 4 values. 2 for x's, 2 for y's. X, y, x, y. I do it on a table. Some people just do it on top of their head. I'm not that smart. But you make table for values of x and y. And you pick one side, compute the other one. Okay, this is the recipe. You pick only from one side and compute the other side. But you don't pick two. Some people just pick from both sides. No, you can't just pick randomly from both sides. Choose from one side and compute the other one. Such as, pick something for x. What's the best value you can pick for x? 1.64? That's an ugly number. Choose something smooth. 0. As default, I recommend always go with 0. Why? Now we are going to compute y from this equation. So let me copy here. And your selection was 0 here, right? You selected x to be 0. Let's compute it. 5 over 2 times 0 minus 3. What is 5 over 2 times 0? What is 0 take away 3? There you go. You computed y. And pair them up. The point is, the first point you got is 0 comma negative 3. Perfect. Let's get the second one. Are we required to choose always from x side? No, you can pick from the y side as well. Why don't you go for y this time? What value you want to pick for y? Pick something. Best value. What's the best value you can come up for y? Pick something. Pick something, please.
0.
0. Yeah. Why not 0 again? We love 0, right? But this time, when you are computing x, where do I put 0? Is it again for 0? For x? No, that doesn't make sense. We picked from y side. That means we need to enter 0 here. So I enter 0 there. 5 over 2x minus 3. I need to get x isolated, solve for x. So I'm adding 3 to both sides. 3 equals 5 over 2x. Wow, this is tricky. How do I get x by itself? I have 5 and 2. First times by 2, so you can get rid of that 2 from the bottom. Okay, now how do you get rid of 5? Divide by 5 now, both sides, right? Kinda you flipped this 5 over 2 as 2 over 5 and multiplied both sides. You flipped it and multiplied both sides. Now, what do I have for x? 2 times 3 is 6. 6 over 5. Okay, for sketch, I'm 100% okay with this result. 6 over 5. I like ratios. But for sketching purposes, to point out that 6 over 5 is not very suitable. So I like, for only sketching purposes, I like decimals. Can you make this a decimal and put it here, which is 6 over 5 is 1 point, what? Yep, 1.2, right? Use a calculator if you need to. Now, I have one separate row, one more row. If you want to guarantee, just make sure you can get a third point, but that's optional, waste of time for some of you guys. If you think your work is solid here, you're good with numbers, then you don't need to do the third or fourth points. Why do I need the third, fourth, or fifth points? For assurance, insurance. If they're all lining up on the line, then everything is good. Because if you go with only 2 points and if you get one of them wrong, misaligned, you make a mistake, then your answer will be wrong. So 2 is risky. I'm gonna do 2 because I know this material, all right? But for the first time, if you're doing it for the first time, do it 3, 4 points, see everything is lined up. Now, let's graph this thing. Graph the line only. I'm going to graph it right here. Can fit in here. How? Mark these 2 points you found, which is 0, negative 3. Where is 0, negative 3? X is 0, y is negative 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, what is the second point? 1.20. Here is 1. 1.2 is a little off right here. Are we good? Happy? Everyone happy? Okay. Now you have 2 points. How do I get the line? You simply need to connect those. Like this one. Thinner. Both ends lines. Cool. Okay. So I will, not that one. I will make a line going through both of them. Nah, this didn't fit. I can verify, I can correct it. And a little bit going up and a little bit going down. Perfect now, right? Just make sure it's crossing those two red dots. Cool. We have made step 2. Okay, important part. I just accidentally picked a solid line here, but that was just an accident. We need to do it purposely. What is our purpose? We draw a dashed line if the inequality is strict. That means no equal signs under them. Otherwise, draw a solid line. So you need to go back to original question, clean it up. Here's the clean one. What do you see under this inequality? Is this a strict inequality, or we have equal sign as well? Right? We have equal sign, correct? So we are going to make a solid line if you have equal sign as well. And I see it here, equal sign. So I was right about doing this a solid line. Otherwise, you're gonna make a dashed line. Got it? Solid, perfect line. Now what is next? We're gonna make the final move. Are we okay with step 1 and 2 so far? Step 1 is isolate y. Step 2 is make the line solid or dashed. And step 3 is the final move. We are going to shade a region. This is so easy. You have 50-50 chance. You will either shade underneath the curve or above the curve. How do you get the right part? How do you choose the right side? Here, if you see the greater or greater equal signs, you are shading above the line. If you see less than symbol or less equal symbol, we are shading below the line. Does it make sense? So which way are we going to shade? Please, when you are making a decision, don't take a look at the original one. This one, no, this is not the one. Cover this up. Cover it with hearts. Don't look at that one. Which one are we gonna make our decision? The result you got in step 1, use this one to make your decision. Now which direction do you see? Look at the direction here. Greater than symbol, right? When you see that greater than symbol, we are shading above. But which side is above? Some people have direction problems. Anyone have a direction problem here with this one? Which side is above? Above the line. If you hesitate, I mean, you can make a quick check. This is you. You lost some weight. You're very skinny. Okay. But when you put yourself on this line, if your foot is touching the curve, where's your foot? Here, right? Then you are above the line. That side is above the line. Okay. But if you put yourself like that and your head is touching the curve, look, my head is touching the curve, you're under the line. So this is under the line, this is above the line. Got it? Above, under. Okay? So we are coloring the above part here. So how are we gonna do that? Okay, you may go with these kind of shades, but I think I have spray paint. Crayon or highlighter better. Let's go with this option. I'm gonna color it. Yeah, I missed my elementary school, so this is how you color, right? This is the part. Just color some part above the line. I'll get it. Okay. Alright, however, it's a lot easier in your homework. It does most of the job, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, this was our last one. I need 4 questions? How great is that? I'm the perfect teacher, right? Alright, so it's a solid line we went with because of the equal sign. It's solid. We're gonna first make that line. Where was it crossing? Y was at... Yeah, I need those 2 dots. What was it? 0, comma, minus 3 and 1.20. 0, comma, minus 3 is this. Mark it. And how do I spot 1.2? Just go a little bit beyond 1 and it will understand. This is a smart system. It will sense what do you mean. And okay. Yeah. Question? Yeah. In part 2 they just want the line. In part 3, the step 3, you pick above or under. They already present 2 options. You just pick. It's part A. Okay, again, don't go with options here. First solve your questions on paper, and then as I did, pick the right choice. Some people do trial and error. If the first one is wrong, they get the other one. But no, that's not the right way. Okay? Alright, there are only 4 questions here, but because there is a reason for it, because some questions are gonna be taking too long. It's not that easy. First 2 is easy. I'm doing the second one as well. But in question 3 and 4, what do you have different? What do you have? 2 inequalities, double the trouble. Okay, you will color 2 regions and you will overlap those regions. So it's gonna be very messy. But so far we're good. Step 2, question 2. Alright, I'll give you a minute to try this on your own, okay? It's not fun if I do all the work, so you guys sweat a little bit. Let's do step 1. Isolate y, but please, it's not necessity, but I like y on the left. Bring y on the left, okay? Bring y on the left and get it along. Yes, for part 1, we take a look at the sign. If it has this extra piece underneath, it's solid. Everybody should get this part right at least. Alright, has anyone obtained the line? Can you give me 2 coordinates and see if you guys are right? Give me 2 points. Anyone? 0, negative 5.
1, negative 3.
1, negative 3. Okay, these numbers can vary for you. These are your friends' choices, okay? So don't think you're wrong by picking different ones. You're okay. You said 1, negative 3, right? Let's see if you're right or wrong. Well, you were right. Which side are we going to pick for this question? Up or down? Upper part, this is the line, look. This is upper part, you're sitting above it or under it. Up or down? Good, you guys can do it. Let's see if I can do it. So we will do this together. Step 1. We need to leave y alone, but I said I like it on the left, so I'm going to bring this y to the left and 4x to the right. And I mentioned the fast way of flipping things to the left and right, correct? You don't have to subtract, add things. You just flip their signs. I will do the fast version. So I flip the sign of 2y, negative 2y. I flip the sign of 4x, negative 4x. And then I need to divide both sides by negative 2, by dividing everybody. And flip the sign. Remember, if you're dividing both sides with a negative, flipping the sign is required. Negative 4 over 2 is positive 2. Positive 10 over negative 2. 2 goes into 10 5 times, but it's a negative sign, right? Correct? Please, I expect some of you guys miss a spot. Raise hand and ask. Don't be shy. I'm sure there are many people like you. You're doing them a favor as well. Any questions? All right. Step 1 is over. Y isolated. We're gonna picture in step 2 this line, but I need to get first 2 points on this table, and apparently you guys chose 1 0 for x, 1 0 for y, and you computed y's, correct, and x's, correct. You choose 0 for x, 0 for y, compute the other sides. So if I choose 0 for x, I get y equals 2x minus 5 turns into, this 0 is gonna make this guy 0. You will get minus 5. So this thing is minus 5. Now once you choose 0 for y, however, 0 for y, oh, you didn't choose 0 for y then. Anyway, okay. But I chose 0 for y, and I will get, add 5 to both sides and divide both sides by 2, and voila, x is 2.5, right? 5 over 2 is 2.5, correct? Yep, 2.5 it is. All right, we have 2 pairs now, 0 comma minus 5 and 2.50. And are we making a solid line? Yes, we are. There you go. This is our line. It's solid. Why is it solid? Because of this symbol. You have equal symbol. Now, which side are we going to pick? Again, look at the table. If you hesitate, always refer to table. Table says if y is left alone on the left side, and you see a greater than symbol again, it's you're picking above the line. I'm going to color. Let's choose a crayon. Pick green above the line. This is above side, correct? Oh, it looks like we got the right answer. All right. Any questions? Yes? No? You were just yawning? Okay. Too bad. All right. Last 2 questions, challenging ones. I believe we can finish one, at least one. There are 2 inequalities now, so that means 2 problems combined. This is a double question. You will graph the top one first, graph the bottom one next, and we are gonna overlap them. So I will do all those 3 steps twice. Got it? That's it. Well, first one is quite easy because, so I'm going to cover this one up. I'm focusing on this guy, okay? What is step 1? Isolate y, right? But what do you see? Do I need to isolate y? It's already been isolated. Perfect. I'm skipping step 1. What is step 2? Turn this into equality. Just switch this sign into equal and sketch. Alright guys. Okay, let's be smart here. We spent some time to sketch it and choose these values. If you have both x and y present in the equation, if x is missing, this is one of the well-known functions. You don't have to spend this much time to figure it out. This is one of the well-known functions. X is missing. If x is missing, what do we call these lines to be? It's always y is 1, 1, 1. No matter what x you choose, it's always going 1 unit up and making a point there. Y is always 1. Point, 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 point. Horizontal line, yes. This is a horizontal line 1 level above x-axis. It's a no-brainer. Horizontal line. I mean, you can still get it. If you plug in x equals 0, plug in x equals 0, what is y value? 1. Plug in x equal 5, it's still 1. Plug in x equal 10, it's still 1. So all these 3 points line up horizontally above x-axis, 1 unit above, right? Alright. So let's picture this one. Okay, we need to be strategic here. I don't want to make a sloppy work. Let's move this here. There are 2 solutions. I want to keep one solution on the right, the other solution on the left. That's what I'm trying to do, okay? I should have well planned, better planned, but I think this does the job. Okay, let's sketch this guy right here, okay? Where is y equal 1 line? I don't need this table. We already know it's a horizontal line parallel to x-axis, 1 unit above the axis. So here is 1. I need to make a parallel here, correct? Is this the guy? Almost. Here we go. This is step 2. In step 3, you're gonna pick a side. Above this black line or under this line, and we are going to color it. Which side do you pick? And for this, always go to step 1 and check the direction there. What direction do you see? It's above, but I have made a mistake before that and nobody pointed out. I'm glad, so I'm not embarrassed yet. I still have a shot. Where's the mistake? What? Yeah, who said this is a solid line? Because I was rushing, I skipped step 2 too fast. In step 2, you need to decide whether it's dash or it's dotted or solid. Which one is it? I made solid and it's wrong. It's dashed because we don't have an equal sign here. This line is supposed to be dashed. I think I can fix it quickly here. Here we go. Okay. Picture clear? Is the picture clear? Perfect. Can we go to second part? And we're gonna do very same steps for the second half of the question. Uncover this. Now cover the first one. We're done with the first one. We're gonna solve this guy step by step. Good news. What is the good news? Do we need to do step one? Y is completely alone. We can skip it because Y is completely alone already. How great is that? Step two. We can't skip this one. We need to make this table because I have X and Y both present. I need to make this table. I need to enter 0 in X and compute Y in this equation. First, make an equation. Equation must be made first. Turn this inequality into equal and compute Y value by entering X equals 0, which is 2. Perfect. Next, enter 0 in Y. Brand new equation required though. I'm going to enter 0 in Y here, that Y, and solve for X. What X do I get? -1? It's positive 1 because when I divide both sides by 2, -2, this turns into 1, positive 1. Correct? So we get X equal 1 here, and that means this is 1. So we have two numbers, 0, 2, 1, 0. 2 points, I'm sorry. Alright, are we ready to plot? Oh, I forgot to decide something. Is this a dashed line or solid line? Dash or dotted. Use dash. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Here we're gonna plot this as well, and I need those 2 points though. Where are they? 1, 0 and 0, 2. 0, 2 is down here. Now a little bit more down here. This is 0, 2. Where is the other one? 1, 0. 1, 0 is here. And you better pick a dashed line, and I like this green one. It's skinny. Yeah, not too bad. And make a picture of this. A little bit more south. Yeah, I was testing you guys. Finally somebody warned me. Who was that? Thank you. Yeah. This dot is supposed to be up here. And this guy, of course, needs to be flipped. This direction. Down. Good? We good now? Alright, now step 3, final step. Which side of this region are you gonna pick? Up or down? Is it up again? Yeah. This means up. I will color this. Which color you like? pink. I can pink it. I think this is pink, right? Come on, can you see pink? Can you see it? I can make it a little bit darker though. Just to... yeah, better. Pink coloring. Okay. Upward direction. Pink. Dashed. Alright, are we done? This is the final result. Now, these are the solutions of two separate inequalities. And there is a secret connector between those two inequalities. Although you don't see that, the secret connector between these two regions is the word and. That means intersect. That means overlap them. Put one picture, move it onto the another one, see what's overlapping among two regions. That will be our final answer. So you need to be really slow down here. Carefully move one into another. I don't care which one. I want top one to down, okay? Move it to the second picture, overlap them, and carefully color the final overlapping region with some other color so I can see your final result. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. This line and region must move into new apartment. I can do it easily, but I'm not sure how you guys do this on your paper. Moving in. Where do I move in here? Where was this value? 1 was down here. Do you see that? Down here. This is the perfect right spot, correct? Now, look at, please, where purple and pink both overlap, show up. Not just pink, not just purple, both. Let me extend some of those pictures. Look, this line is still going here. You see that better? How about our pink? No. Yeah, do you see that? I'm going to take a different color now and color my final region in highlighting and this blue. Alright, here is what I see there, where I see they are overlapping. They are overlapping on this region here and there. There you go. Perfect, right? This is where they overlap. Both pink and purple makes this picture. Agree? No, this is false. This is union. You are uniting pink and blue, covering everywhere. But I want overlap. I want both colors same spot on the same. There is no pink here, or there is no purple here. So those two don't qualify. So I'm gonna restart. This is the right region, correct? And how far do I go down? Up to here. This is the cutoff. And this left side is the cutoff. This is my final region. Got it? Alright, let's do this on, hopefully it's easier on this. Okay, boundary for this guy is dashed, boundary for this guy is both dashed, check. I need to graph each line. Y equal 1 is here, 1 point here, 1 point there, there you go. This guy, 2, 1, right? 2. And 1. Okay. Check. Now you're gonna make your final picture. And the final picture is, no, we each choose each one first, pink and blue. First we choose for, no. What's going on here? Oh, they present 8 options. Okay. One of the 8 options is correct. Which one?
A.
Looks like A is the right option, right? Are we done? Yeah, we're done. Okay, what is different in number 4, which we will do on Tuesday? What is the challenge here? Do you remember how fast we skipped step 1 here? Step 1? Because Y was already alone. You're not that lucky here. Y's are not alone. You need to first make them alone, graph them, and color them, okay? Which is on Tuesday. I don't think I can finish in 5 minutes. We don't have any class on Monday. It's Labor Day. And happy Labor Day.